Hey there, Cozy Builders. My name is Sam, and welcome to my Tiny Glade series. In this series, I take inspiration from either the daily Tiny Glade pre-builds or real historical buildings from around the world. And then I try and create a beautiful scene within a 1-hour time frame. Then I add some fast-forward magic and share a few fun tidbits related to the build. Today we're going to learn about Canada's famous landscape painters, the Group of Seven, and their unusual connection to Toronto's St. Anne's Church. The Group of Seven was a collective of Canadian landscape painters in the early 20th century who radically changed the course of Canadian art. At that time, most Canadian art still followed European traditions: serene pastures, refined portraits, and colonial themes. But the Group of Seven broke away from that, choosing instead to paint bold, expressive landscapes that help define a uniquely Canadian artistic identity. Their creativity stemmed from a belief that to truly understand Canada, you had to feel its raw, wild land, and to paint it with emotional intensity. So, while many artists stuck close to settled cities, the Group of Seven ventured out into the most remote and beautiful parts of the country, sketchpads, paint, and ink in hand. I thought I would share some information about the group's 7 core members, starting with the founder and visionary behind the group, J.E.H. MacDonald, a painter and poet deeply inspired by nature's spiritual side. He was the most lyrical of the group, often combining poetic sensitivity with visual power. Lauren Harris was considered the group's intellectual and spiritual guide. He was influenced by theosophy, a belief system focused on spiritual insight and cosmic understanding. His later works became more abstract, almost mystical. A.Y. Jackson was a World War I war artist. Friendly, down-to-earth, he helped spread the group's influence and painted colorful, energetic scenes of rural and northern Canada. Arthur Lismer was a major figure in Canadian art education. He blended playful shapes with rugged landscapes, and his humorous wartime illustrations are still celebrated. He also co-founded the Children's Art Centre in Toronto. Frederick Varley painted landscapes full of spiritual tension and mystery. However, he was most passionate about portraiture. He brought psychological depth to both people and places, and was the group's best figure painter. Franklin Carmichael was known for his vivid watercolors and scenes of northern Ontario. His paintings often portrayed industrial towns and mining communities with a light, lyrical touch. Last but not least, there's Frank Johnston, whose style leaned towards bright, decorative landscapes and later religious themes. He was only with the group briefly, as he preferred to work solo, though he shared their artistic goals. While each artist had their own style, as I mentioned, they shared the same goal: to capture the untouched beauty of Canada's wilderness, places like northern Ontario, the Rockies, and the Arctic, using mediums like oil paint, watercolor, pen, and graphite, with many sketches done en plein air in the great outdoors. The Group of Seven's work overlapped with post-impressionism and the arts and crafts movement, but evolved into a unique form of Canadian modernism: rich colors, expressive brushwork, and a focus on mood, movement, and the awe of nature. And a rare religious commission, MacDonald, Varley, and Carmichael created murals for Toronto's St. Anne's Anglican Church in 1923. It was one of the few times the group took on religious subjects, and it marked a powerful blend of modern Canadian art with spiritual storytelling. Established in 1862, the current church building, completed in 1908, was designed by architect William Ford Howland in a Byzantine revival style of the 4th and 15th century, inspired by Istanbul's Hagia Sophia Grand Mosque. The church features a central dome, arch transepts, and 2 domed bell towers, creating a truly striking space and a rare choice for Anglican churches in Canada. Under the Group of Seven's J.E.H. MacDonald's leadership, 10 artists worked together to create over a dozen murals and decorative features supporting biblical scenes and symbolic depictions, often incorporating Canadian landscapes into the background, which was another radical departure from traditional clerical art of the time. These murals were accompanied by sculptural work including relief medallions of the Four Apostles by Francis Loring and Florence Weil, two influential Canadian sculptors, lifelong partners, and pioneers for women and queer artists in Canada. By 1923, this extraordinary Byzantine-style mural cycle was complete, bringing together Canadian nature, modernism, and sacred storytelling in one breathtaking space, which attracted a diverse array of visitors, including local parishioners, art and architecture enthusiasts, music lovers, and tourists. That was until tragedy struck on June 9th, 2024. Just before 8 a.m. on Sunday, June 9th, 2024, emergency crews were dispatched to the church to find heavy smoke and visible flames coming from inside the unoccupied building. The devastating fire engulfed St. Anne's, destroying its iconic dome and the interior, including many of the priceless murals. The cause of the fire remains under investigation, but authorities have indicated that it is not considered suspicious. However, the fire came at great loss to the church community and art lovers alike. Out of the original collection of 15 murals, only 5 completed pieces and 4 fragments were salvaged and are now undergoing meticulous restoration to preserve their historical and artistic integrity. Even though much was lost, the effort to restore what remains is a testament to the enduring impact of its art. The church, which was designated a National Historic Site in 1996, still holds a unique and cherished place in Canadian cultural history. The Group of Seven's legacy lives on through their work at places like the Art Gallery of Ontario, the National Gallery of Canada, and the McMichael Canadian Art Collection. Their bold brushstrokes helped Canadians see our land differently, not as something to tame, but something to revere. They help spark a sense of national pride, environmental awareness, and artistic exploration that continues to inspire new generations. And there we have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this Tiny Glade build and learning a bit about the Group of Seven and their unique connection to St. Anne's Church. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to stay up to date on my next upload. Thanks for spending this time with me in Tiny Glade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!